Today I'm going to show you some of my favorite makeup techniques for creating a ghoulish look if you want to look like a zombie. I like to start with a white cream base and some sponges to apply it with. And another product you're going to need that I like that makes a big difference is some black tooth wax. You can get this for about $1 and it really changes your appearance and makes you look scary. Next you're going to need a lot of eyeshadows in different colors, especially blacks, purple, green, and brown. These are the colors that'll make good-looking bruises. I like to save a lot of my old makeup that I don't use very much anymore and keep it in a bin and use it just for doing Halloween-type makeup. You'll need a lot of brushes to apply it. Then if you want to do some rotting flesh, you're going to need this stuff. It's called psyllium husk powder. It's the same thing as Metamucil. You put it in drinks to add fiber. And if you mix this up, we're going to use this to make some good rotting flesh. And you can use some rice for this technique also to make maggots. A little bit of liquid blood. And for your hair, you can use a can of this white hairspray stuff. So we will get started and then we'll show you. Alright, so start with the white cream makeup. Put on a nice foundation. Not too much. You don't want to look completely white-faced, just slightly pale. Be sure to work it up into your hairline and do your ears and your neck, everything. And the lips, too. So you can get those lips looking nice and pale. Alright, you're going to use a little bit of red eyeshadow under the eyes, almost like an eyeliner under your eyes. And then take some brown and go under that and on the lids. So your eyes are sort of sunken in now. Next we're going to take some black and go underneath the brown here and give her some nice sunken eyes. Make sure you blend that really well. I used a little bit of the black under the nose here and under the lip, kind of off on one side, and you just sort of model it around. Okay. Now we're going to take a little bit of green.
Looks like I have a mustache.
And you're going to sort of model that in with your bruising a little bit here in places. So it starts looking more like bruising when you add some different colors. Okay, let's add a nice bruise up here. Oh yeah, this zombie's already hit herself in the head a few times. Alright, time for the sucking head wound. You're going to use some psyllium husk powder. This is the same thing as Metamucil. So we're going to put a little bit of it in a bowl. We're going to mix some warm water with it. And let that soak a little bit. Just sort of add enough until it gets nice and goopy. And it's going to start to swell up. So we're going to let that sit for just a minute or two while it absorbs the water. And you might have to add a little more as you go. Okay, I've added some of this psyllium here with my finger to her forehead. I've got kind of a hollow spot in the middle. And it's really ooey right now, but it's going to dry soon, and one of the advantages of this is it will wash off really easily later. Alright, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to add a few grains of rice in here because it makes it look like maggots. And then we're going to let that dry, and we're going to put a little more makeup over top of that. Alright, next we're going to take a little rice, and we're going to add it to this psyllium husk in the center of this wound. Looks like maggots are in your wound then. Alright, now this psyllium wound is not dried yet. So while it's still a little damp, I like to put a little loose powder on it. Sort of blend it in with the rest of the skin. Get that off the rest of this face. And then we're going to be adding the blood to it next. I may have gotten a little too much of that on her face. I'm going to use a blending brush to take some of that back off. Okay. Alright, now we're starting to look good here. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of bruising to our big wound here. I'll use a little green, a little black. Just kind of want to do it strategically, not all over, usually at the edges, not in the center. We're saving that for the blood. Alright, where's the red? Here we go. Let's add a little bit of red to the middle. It's kind of scabbed over a bit. You can zoom in on that a little bit. Show our little sucking head wound. Okay. Okay, this is a product I like a lot. It's called Bloody Scab. And you use this mottled sponge with it. And you just need to dab it on in places you want to look like you have some road rash. So we're going to give her a little road rash on her chin. Right in this spot. You don't want to do it everywhere, just a strategic spot. When that dries, it's going to look like she's got some nice road rash. We'll give her a little bit more up here. And how about some to go with this bruise? Now so I'm making it sort of asymmetrical. We don't want her to look perfect. Okay. Alright, here's another product I really like. It's called Blood Spray. You can get this pretty cheap at the Halloween store. And this gives you your final look. Now, in this demonstration, we're not doing the whole outfit, so we're going to cover up her shirt so we don't stain the shirt. However, if she were really going out, if this were Halloween night, we would have all the clothing on and we would let the blood run all down the shirt. Okay? But just for this demonstration, I just want to show you what it's going to look like. So we're going to spray in some strategic spots here. Close your eye. Whoops. And we're going to let it drip down her face a little bit. And her nice little wound. We'll kind of get that in there a little bit. Now that's going to dry soon. We don't want to leave some of the blood stains on there. She's got a lovely wound there and a little road rash. Looking good, sister. Alright, and that completes your zombie look. So basically you want to give yourself the pale look all over and then strategically put some bruising spots in places. Do a little red, green, and brown under the eyes and nose. And if you want to give yourself a wound, use the psyllium husk and some fake blood. And that'll actually look a lot darker when it dries. But overall, gives us a nice look. My zombie princess.